And the thing with John that he has to understand is that when it comes to marginalized groups, empathy has to work both ways. I know you don't understand, but what happened Sunday was vile. It was violent to us. We have different relationship with our celebrities than you have with yours. As someone put it in a post on Spoutable, Delroy, we know Delroy is British, but he our uncle on our mama's side. That's how we think about them. When you become Black famous, you stay Black famous. You don't ever have to do another thing again. But if you did something that made us feel something that we appreciated, that we used to bond with each other over, you retain the respect of the community. It is much more familial than typical parasocial relationships. So there's that part. The other part is that many of us have experienced being called the N-word in situations where either we did not know what to do or could do nothing. Many of us have missing relatives for whom the last word they heard was the N-word. I am one of those people. My grandfather. Many of us do. And so that word is so incredibly loaded. To have it tossed at a group of people that we have watched go through what has become a humiliation ritual that has been this particular award season, and who we respect, whose careers we've been supporting for, in Delroy Lindo's case, decades, Ryan Coogler's case, about a decade or so. Same with Michael B. Jordan. To watch those men be hit by that word, we could not only sympathize and empathize with them, we have physical memory of what it's like for that word to hit us. And nobody apologized. Corporations did what corporations always do when they do something racist, is they wait. Then they issue some half-assed, who knows what it is, word salad of a statement. And then if people are still mad, they try another one. But one thing that never happens, even though we watched them be humiliated on television, is nobody ever gets their ass on a screen and says that they're sorry. And this happens over and over again. This was just the worst of a long series of indignities that Black people suffer in public spaces. When we dare to ascend to some kind of greatness. Do I think that John meant to do it? Of course he didn't. But if you want to know why people are being vile, because the situation is vile. And the response, both from white people in general and from the places where apology and care was deserved, have been really terrible. They were called that word, and nobody from Bafta said anything to them. They were just expected to figure it out. And the thing with John that he has to understand is that when it comes to marginalized groups, empathy has to work both ways. It's not enough for him to simply expect us to be empathetic, or everybody to be automatically empathetic. When it comes to marginalized groups, you have to extend empathy as well as receive empathy. And he made a great pitch for why he should receive empathy, because he felt terrible, because he's had a hard life, because he has a heart condition, because he has Tourette's, and because Tourette's is, and this is what Tourette's is, and go see the movie. People are in pain. People are enraged. Have you not noticed the world that we're currently living in? We are watching Black public figures be disrespected by our government on a weekly basis. I understand this is hard for you because you have one concern, and that is your daughter who has Tourette's, and she should be your concern. She should be your one primary concern, your overriding concern. But here's what I would offer to you: that it is good, along with everything else that you teach her about managing her condition, not to forget, as John did, that when you expect empathy, you should also be willing to give it. And to learn what that looks like for her and her circumstances and in both of your lives. I think that's really, really important. It's really easy for people who are sick, because you are sick, you are miserable. Like, I am physically miserable 24/7. It is delightful. And it gets really easy to become super self-concerned and self-interested and self-involved. It is hard to remember sometimes that other people also have problems, also have stressors, also have the right to have someone, even you, even me, care about what matters to them. And that would be a very important thing to teach your daughter.